Hello, I'm going to show you what you need to do for this first assignment, the general demographics. So here in the first slide, you need to get race, ethnicity, and foreign born. So here you can see like how there's a comparison between Salt Lake City and the west side, and this like pie chart that goes in the middle, which you can just make simply in Excel. Um, it's like in the center, and then there's this outside chart that it actually is Salt Lake City. So you make like a good comparison. What's the difference? For example, if you look here to show Hispanics, so you can see that 53% of the west side is Hispanic in comparison to 22% of Salt Lake City. So here there are some charts that actually are built in Excel, and you can click those and actually enter the data. So this is like you can just like edit this, um, and you can also do that, as you can see here. That's how you edit. But you can also do it for foreign born. So this is just an example. Obviously, you can create the center chart comparing West Side with Salt Lake City. So to get this data, you actually will go to Social Explorer. Also here we're here in Social Explorer, and you can just use the Explore button to go to the main map. And here you can just like zoom in to Salt Lake City, and just try to get closer to the west side. As you can see, there's like I-15 here, so these are many of the census tracts that you will choose. So here we can trying to make a report. So instead of going here, actually we'll go here to the where it says more options and create a report. Even though you're looking for race and ethnicity, you might end up with like other things here. I think that I said in the instructions, if I go back to those, to get a comprehensive report. Oh, and this actually is the area that you will be selecting. So as you can see, there's like different census tracts that made up the west side. So let's go to Social Explorer again. So basically, this is telling you that you have to select some of these, and I will not select exactly. You can actually check um, the cheat again, but you just have to select the ones that I said. So I don't know, probably this is kind of generally the area, but just like make sure that you double check here the census tracts with the ones that are in the Word document. So you can create a report, and here you can find the different kind of data. So what were you looking for is like the race data here, and then whether people were Hispanic or not. So there's like here, the percentages, which you can use to build your table. Something that you must notice here is that the census tract has like the information per census tract. So you actually have to go to the last ones to get like the actual total. So you can get again the total for different races, and then whether the person is Hispanic or not. The other thing that you can find here, of course, is like foreign population. So I'm not gonna like exactly look for that, but is this a comprehensive report? So the data should be here, and you can also download this data if you like. So this is again all you need for that first slide. The one more thing that I can show is that you can actually like create a report for just Salt Lake City. So you can go back to the beginning if you like, and then you can just like zoom in into Salt Lake City. But this time you can just pick the city, and then you can create the report. And instead of the essentials, it will be the comprehensive report. And when you select, here is Salt Lake City. So you just select Salt Lake City and then create a report. So the same thing, only Salt Lake County. It's actually like Salt Lake City instead of county. It will appear here. Just making sure that actually I picked up by accident. Salt Lake County. So you have to make sure that you're just picking the city. And not the county. So it says by county. It's probably like census place. So yeah, that gives you actually the city. So you will do like what I did before. I made the mistake of picking just the county. So again, comprehensive report, selection, Salt Lake City, create, and here is the correct one, Salt Lake City. And again, here you can find the white and Hispanic population. Let's try to find the foreign population here as well. Um, so I'm going to show next just to make sure that it's here. So it's not in none of those. So here, so it's the foreign born population, and this is the percentage. So you will do this for the west side and also for Salt Lake City. Okay, so we are going to go now yeah, just back to the slides and then just show you the next one. So with the information that we found before, that's how you will also find the income because it was a comprehensive report. You should be able to find it there. So I kind of closed that window, but basically just like if I stay there, check that all this data is actually there. I actually needed to select here place, so let's do it just with the city. So the comprehensive report is going to be like the best report that you can get. And this is, as you can see, changed to census. But if you're like looking for the city, census place. Now, well, that's West Valley actually. So that's the city. And then so you will find create. Again, this was like our simple table for Salt Lake City. And here we were just like looking for income. This next. think I passed it. So that doesn't seem to be showing up in the comprehensive report. This was again the best way to find out if something's there or not. Um, I'm just going to open a different window just to try to find that income. Um, so you can use the, again, let's just look for census place, which is city. And then just zoom in, find the city. Here you can use a change data where you actually can find more specific data as opposed to that comprehensive report. And here you can find the households that make like a different kind of income. So I think that I wanted you to use the simple one, which is like this version. Um, so you can again just find out the um, the data and you compare again West Side and Salt Lake City. So that's how you will get it. Then you have like poverty. So this is again basically the same, but what we are trying to look here is like differences of different kinds of people, like women and children, people over 65, and whatever you can find that you think that is interesting. Um, so you can again check if this is in the comprehensive report. Oh, and I see now that there's lots of tables here. So there's like tons and tons of tables. Um, so it's likely that the income was there and I just missed it because I didn't look at every single table. Um, so instead of like looking around here, I would just find it in this other tab. So if you go back, and here we're talking about poverty, right? So we go to poverty, um, and then there's different types of people. The married couple. Here we're very interested about female without a husband because they tend to be lower income because they don't have two incomes to be able to um, rent housing, buy housing, and so on. And then you want the mother to find how many are children or have children and find the poverty levels for that particular group. Obviously, also for people that are over 65, it's important to find the percentage of those living in poverty and just like explore these other categories here, but those two are the most important ones. Again, just compare with West Side and Salt Lake. Here, then we have like the educational attainment, and usually educational attainment is for people who are over 65 or over 25, sorry, because that's where the majority of people have finished a bachelor's degree. So you want to know like what is the percentage of your population that have gone to have a bachelor's, or how many did got their GED or have gone to graduate school or a PhD. So it only measures people who are over 25. And here we can look at the specific on education and find here, this one is the most popular table. So over 25 and over like less than a high school, some college, bachelor's, master's, and doctorate or professional degree, which could be an MD or a law degree. So you'll get these, and you will also compare between the Salt Lake City and those census tracts that I showed you before. So this is like looking at households by type. So how many are family households and how many are like single people. So as you can see in the Social Explorer, you can find this table, and this is the number, and this is what you're looking for. So it's like a person that has that lives with a older adult that lives with a grandchild or a child, just different types of families. You can simplify if you want to and only pick some of them. Like here, this comes from the New York affordable housing report for its 5 boroughs. And I thought it's a nice example. And here you have like already some of the charts that you can use. We have like 2 more slides. So the next ones are about transportation. So here you can actually just, this is just a calculation that you can do for a family of 4 for 50% of the area median income. So there's like some information that you can find here. This is a website. I believe it's for the city. So you can look just in there how to do that calculation. So here, what we are looking for is like people who are very low income. So it's like if family of 4 that are very low income is a 50%. I think it was 50%, but it could be 60%. 50% of their median income. So what they did, it was just like a calculation on like how much people usually spend between housing and transportation. But again, you can figure out how to do something similar to this. So it's I think that it might be more helpful actually if we go to like policy map. So this is a way that you can find out also the percentages that people spend in both things, in housing and transportation. So if you go to policy map, and I believe that this might be quality of life, but we are going to see here. I usually have to actually like look. So there's here housing and transportation affordability, and then you can see for different people, for single parents, moderate income family, median income family, very low income individual. So you can go back to like the other chart that I show you. So moderate income family might be like more than 80% of the area median income. The very low income is below 30%. So you can choose some of these. You don't have to do something like specific. It's just like whatever you think that it will make the point across. So here you can just like trying to get closer to the west side. Here we're in Provo, getting to Salt Lake City. So if a single parent between housing and transportation, they will spend this percentage of their income. So about like 68%. Obviously, as you can see, Salt Lake City has better transportation system. So it shows that they spend less than they will spend in the suburbs. So you can again investigate how much people will spend based on their categories. For example, a retired couple in housing and transportation. And you can take a screenshot of these. Again, these are just kind of like general ideas of what you potentially could do. There's like you can actually like zoom in. Well, not that much, but you can say there's a difference between these areas, right? Which is Poplar Grove. There's more access to transportation than here, which is like 900 south. So this would be more like Jordan Meadows area. Here is Glendale. So you would say that this place, Glendale, is less affordable. So this is kind of basically what it's saying, that you can do the exercise of finding out the differences, which places are more are better in terms of like their cost if you combine housing and transportation. And the last one is just like general transportation measures about the average time to work in minutes, average number of vehicles per household, how many have more than 2 cars, or what's the percentage, how people go to work, and here's the table, it's housing units by vehicles available, and how people go to work. So this is a good example of like how to make something look pretty. So it's like driving alone, and we have like again like a car that you can do this graphic similar to this. People that might be walking or biking, and other will become like a scooter. How many will take public transit, like the bus? So here are some ideas that you can maybe compare with previous years and see if anything has changed. I will show you that there's many years available in Social Explorer. And you can say if demand is increasing for more walkable neighborhoods, if more people are biking and walking, right? Especially since like the transit station was added, maybe you can look specifically along North Temple and see if there's a difference. I believe that the station was put in 2013, so you can look, before how it was and then after. In a way, that will tell you if we should have more support for transit-oriented development. Oh, let's go to policy map again. We can go look at here is where you can find the numbers, right? So you compare 2018 with like let's say 2009, saying like this is the before the 2013 when the transit station was added, and this is the after. Or you can compare exactly 4 years difference. So choose 2017 and compare after to see if there's any differences. And there's a measure on transportation, so that's where you will get the data of like if people are carpool, if they walked to work, or whatever it is. And that's it for the first analysis.